He started talking about the darkest days in history, but ended saying that he has never been more optimistic about the future.
President Biden giving his State of the Union address before Congress and the American people tonight. And WGN's Angelica Sanchez joins us now with a few of the highlights.
That's right. Well, the president covered everything from cutting taxes for the middle class, protecting women's reproductive rights, and addressing the current conflicts overseas. For the third time, President Joe Biden made a State of the Union address, boldly declaring his vision if elected for a second term, boasting a low unemployment rate and the addition of 15 million jobs to the economy since he took office.
America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities.
He spoke on one of the key issues he's campaigning on, women's reproductive rights, including protecting the procedure of in vitro fertilization, also known as IVF.
If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
He promises tax cuts to the middle class through the increase of corporate taxes. He also promises to decrease the cost of prescription drugs. He vows to enforce tougher migration rules at the southern border and called out Republicans for blocking a bipartisan bill.
This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming.
Other issues the president brought up was the need to send additional aid to Ukraine.
My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away. We will not bow down. I will not bow down.
He also addressed the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, saying he was directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to provide aid.
Israel must allow more aid into Gaza to ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. And they're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. To the leadership of Israel, I say this. Humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip.
Without naming, he ended his speech by attacking his likely Republican opponent in November, former President Donald Trump.
Now, other people my age see it differently. The American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution, that's not me.
This year, the Republican rebuttal was given by Alabama Senator Katie Britt. She criticized the president as being out of touch with the rest of the country and blamed his policies for the state of the economy.
We have the worst inflation in 40 years and the highest credit card debt in our nation's history. Let that sink in. Hardworking families are struggling to make ends meet today. And with soaring mortgage rates and sky-high childcare costs, they're also struggling to how to plan for tomorrow. The American people are scraping by, while President Biden proudly proclaims that Bidenomics is working. Goodness, y'all, bless his heart, we know better.
The Alabama senator says it's the Biden administration that failed to protect the southern border and calls for his administration to reverse their current policies. Back to you.
All right, Angelica, thanks so much.